Hey, it's Joseph with the Mosquito Creek Lumber Company, 030 and Narrow Gauge Swamp Log and Railroad, and happy day today. Finally was able to go and purchase a piece of 2-inch insulating builder's foam. This is I forget what they call this exactly, but it's the lumber yard said it was styrofoam, and it's like, well, I guess you could say that, but it's the kind that I use for the roadbed on the layout. So what we're going to be doing today in this video is cutting this big piece up and installing some of it on the layout so we can start to lay some track. I've been waiting to do that for quite a while. Also got some sheets of 1/8 inch masonite hardboard, and I've been cutting those into lengths for the backdrops on the layout. So a lot of great progress, exciting progress happening on the Mosquito Creek Lumber Company, and follow along and we'll see how this goes. I found using a circular saw cuts the stuff real easy, but it gives a nice clean edge. Makes a little bit of that styrofoamy stuff, but not too bad. I've got this on sawhorses, and it's kind of angled up so I don't cut the sawhorses any worse than they're already cut up. And let's get this one big strip done and we'll go from there. As you can see, it's a little bit messy. I'm gonna have to dust off before going inside or get in trouble. Anyway, pretty good. That's a nice clean edge that'll fit in between my bench work real good. So we're gonna have to cut a couple other pieces out of this one that I just cut. So we'll do that next. So the piece that I need first is 19.5 inches, and that's what I cut this roughly to, 19.5 inches, and they need one at 4 feet. And 4 feet comes approximately right in here and right in there. So I'm gonna get the straight edge, do a line there. And so this is the piece I need. This is 4. This piece is going to the Blackwater Junction yard area, so that's an important piece I want to get done right away. Got a counterbalance here to keep this piece from flopping over, and I can handheld this one as easy as that. Just have a little smell of plastic, but that's done. Keeping our fingers crossed that this fits. Slip it down in here underneath the backdrop. pretty good. Couple little adjustments here and there, but maybe dropping this piece down a little bit on the ends to match up. But other than that, let's get some track on here. This is going to be awesome. And another way of cutting the foam, if you don't have a circular saw or you don't want to make that big of a mess, is with a regular carpenter saw. And this goes pretty easy. And not as smooth of an edge, but not bad. We'll take it. The foam is pretty easy to cut contours in. I placed this one in the layout where it's supposed to go, and then kind of traced where my fascia was. This is going to be the transition into the swamp. I'm using my trusty sheetrock blade here, and kind of in a couple different swaths. Follow that contour. And then I've got this one piece that's kind of angled down a little bit here. What I end up doing is using this as my road bed coming into the flat area out of the swamp. And so I can trim this area down to get this to fit real nice, then contour the edges kind of like ballast, and that'll be a good transition for the trestle. Now I'm going to show you how I adhere the foam to the wooden framework, the benchwork of my layout, using a caulking gun. I use a product that's called Power Grab All-Purpose Interior Construction Adhesive. It is foam safe, and it's made by Loctite, and it comes out white, but kind of dries clear. In this case, it doesn't really matter too much. I just squared out the caulking in kind of a hit and miss sort of pattern. This caulking just a little bit old, so it's coming out thick. So I just used my finger to push it in on top of the framework where the foam's going to set. I did the entire area, and just on the tops of all the crosswork. This thick foam is very, very stable and sturdy, so it doesn't need a lot of benchwork support to keep it nice and flat. So once that was done, we go ahead and put the foam down on top of that and just give it some good pressure, and it sticks pretty fast. So, and in this case, I've got my piece of foam cut very, very tightly to the size, so it'll just slip right in there without any worries of it getting out of alignment. So that's a quick little look on how I use this 2-inch extruded foam insulating board that I got from my local lumber yard for the road bed on my Owen 30 Swamp Log and Railroad, the Mosquito Creek Lumber Company. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Living alone.